Hello, my name is Robert Stevens, and today I'd like to speak with you on the topic of society and instant gratification. Now, society over the past decade has, depending on your particular perspective on the matter, progressed or regressed dramatically with this largely online subculture, which is social media. Now, social media has just become an enormous facet of society as a whole. Uh, you may ask me why. Why social media and instant gratification are they dangerous to adolescent development? Now, the core really is the undermining of genuine connections, genuine experiences, and really this intrinsic satisfaction with their personal life and their self identity. So, we talk about this life of comparison. Now, is that girl prettier? Is that house more expensive? How much that undermines the ability to have that intrinsic personal satisfaction with your self concept, with your self identity. Now, smartphones, we're all guilty of a little bit misuse on these bad boys, and everything's good in moderation. Fortunately, a lot of us, it's become the trend of society to overuse. There's actually a Chinese study done. They called it SUD, which is smartphone use disorder. It was actually a study completed on college age students, but it showed a significant correlation between excessive screen time and depression. And that's because of that constant state of comparison. This instead of peer inclusiveness, it's almost this competition success, and it's really detrimental to people of that age, let alone the developing brain of the adolescent. Now, as someone who's going through these massive physiological changes, added stressors are not necessarily beneficial. Now, we talk about this direct link to your personality and your use or misuse of social media. Someone who's more uh, outgoing, social, versus someone who's more of an introvert, versus someone with a predatory nature, all have different goals, different uses, different attitudes towards social media. Now, with this screen time that we're all very guilty of, myself included, and I'm not trying to get you to throw away your children's iPads here, but moderation is key, uh, is really the addictive potential. So there's something called displacement hypothesis. It's pretty simple. In essence, you're an active participant or a passive participant in your life. Active, you're engaged with communications, with relationships, you're living in the moment, you're present, you're developing consciously there with experience. Whereas passive, killing time. You're there, playing on your phone, just killing time. We're all guilty of it again. No judgment at all. But that displacement hypothesis is that use of social media, that need for instant gratification, what it does is it pulls you away from being able to, you know, to develop, to engage in real life interaction, real settings. Um, and there's a ton of addictive potential with screen time, with smartphones, with tablets. We look at computer addiction. There's information overload. There's cyber sexual addiction. There's even cyber relationship addiction. Has become the fabric of society as we know it currently. And as there was an Israeli study done actually, where it was proven that the internet is negatively related to family closeness, and there was a very positive correlation to family conflict. And again, that's the displacement theory: not being active, not spending time with the children, not being spending time with your family, not being present, and how detrimental that can be to the developing adolescent brain. We talk about Vygotsky culture, the education of culture. There's This is a completely different time. We're a different cohort. There is no guiding through proximal development because this is unprecedented. We're living in a time of extremes where everything can be exploited to greater audiences. There's no safety, and then the real danger is this adolescent switch from childhood protection to independence is there's no safety. There's this development of superficial, weak relationships and lack of genuine connection. Are likes and comments the extent of interaction? Are our followers friends? Not necessarily. And really, moderation is key. And the best that we can do is try to be active, try to be present, Again, my name is Robert Stevens, and I very much appreciate you listening to me ramble on about society and its gratification. Thank you for your time.